Yeah, it's gonna hurt. And that. And that. Hi guys, welcome back to Strong Bear Fitness, and today we're going over everybody's most dreaded day of the week. Leg day. Or squat day. Or the day you unalive yourself. Whatever you want to call it. We already know it's the toughest day of the week. Kind of got to drag ourselves in there to just get it through, or just get through it. I do it every Tuesday. I know how you feel. But if you want a stronger squat, bigger legs, then you're going to have to squat. Whether you know it or not, the squat actually helps the body produce testosterone and growth hormone. Been skipping out on every leg day and missing out on gains. So today I'm going to provide you with 4 exercises that's going to boost your squat numbers as well as strengthen the muscles associated with squat. You're going to have to sit tight through this one because it's a doozy, peeps. The squat, man's best friend or worst enemy. Who am I freaking kidding? It's everybody's worst enemy. Nobody likes to squat except insane people and lunatics, which are about the same thing. Regardless, if you want stronger legs, you're gonna have to squat. Now, because I've always wanted stronger and bigger legs, still working on the bigger part. Except calves, we don't talk about calves. Because I've always wanted bigger and stronger legs, I incorporated these 4 exercises and one of my programs to help me develop that. So let's go ahead and break these 4 exercises down. The box squat is by far one of the meanest exercises that some insane human being created when it's done correctly. You're talking about great strength and power boost and building your posterior chain muscles like you've never seen, and your quads, and it helps develop insane stability. And if you ever had some issues on regular back squat with your knees having inner knees or knee valgus, yeah, this bad boy can take care of that. But the problem is, a lot of people don't do this exercise right, and most times it's because they got a 5-foot box that they're trying to squat down on. Exaggeration. A 2-foot box that they're squatting down on, and they're hardly getting any type of knee flexion whatsoever. Your box that you want to squat down on is going to be low. I'm talking about 12 to 14 inches low. And what's great about this, with that box being that low, is several things. Number one, when you're doing box squats, not only you're working on your strength and hypertrophy for your posterior chain in your legs, but your power development. And what I mean by that is, when you're in a regular back squat or performing a regular back squat, as you descend down with the eccentric, the moment you go from eccentric to concentric, basically going from down up, that is when potential energy becomes kinetic energy. That small space in time, or that little bit of time between eccentric, concentric, potential to kinetic, is the amortization phase. Now, the shorter the amortization phase, the greater the kinetic energy that you have, the greater shot that you have of performing that lift. Now, I want you to take that, what I just told you, and throw that out the window, because we ain't training none of that. We're not training that. We are lengthening the amortization phase, and we're killing any possibility that you had of having greater kinetic energy, we're throwing that out the window. Because what we're doing on these boxes are pausing. Taking away the amortization phase, taking away the greater chance of kinetic energy. By taking away or lengthening the amortization phase and briefly pausing on the box, you're forcing your muscles to generate more power. Because you're coming up from a dead stop. This is how you overcome the fails that you have at the bottom of a squat, or what most people don't know. Most time people fail a squat isn't necessarily at the bottom. It's that point just above parallel that most people get stuck at. Why? Because their natural stretch reflex, or that transfer from potential to kinetic energy, allows them to get just above that point, just above parallel, but then they get stuck. You can go back and watch a couple videos of some great power lifters. That's usually where they get stuck at. If it's not at the bottom, it's at that point. Box squats is going to correct that, because you have to generate an enormous amount of power to get it up out of the hole, because you're already going to be below parallel with a 12 to 14 inch box. So you got your 12 to 14 inch box set up. The box I had here is about 12 inches, and I put a 45-pound plate on it, so it got me right there at 14 inches. And as you come out of the rack and you're setting up, you want to spread your feet just a little bit wider than what you usually do on a regular back squat. And when you do that, you're going to brace your core like your life depends on it, because it might. And you're going to take your left foot and you're going to try to push the floor to the left with your left foot. Same thing with the right. And what you're going to be doing is opening up your hips, and those glutes are going to engage. Then you're going to hinge back and down like you normally would for a squat, but you're going to control your squat all the way down to the box. You're not going to plop down. You're going to control it all the way down to the box. Core engaged, everything engaged. And once you touch the box, you're going to pause for half a second to a second. And you're not sitting back and relaxing on the box. You're not doing that. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And if your core releases, buddy, you've had a bad day. You do that enough times, you're going to have a bad day. Tight core, hips open, glutes engaged. Once you touch the box for half a second, everything is still going to be engaged. You're going to drive your feet through the floor like there's no tomorrow to stand back up. And that's rep 1 with 7 more to go. So you're going to perform this exercise for 8 reps with about 70 to 75% of whatever your 1 rep max is on regular back squat. 8 reps, 4 sets. And good luck, because this is a tough exercise. You get through this one and you can do the rest of these 3 exercises, you're a bad man. The Bulgarian split squat is one of the greatest squat or leg accessories that you could possibly do. It attacks a lot of weaknesses that are associated with core strength and stability and unilateral leg strength and stability. Not to mention, it packs on some serious quad muscle. You know, it's a tough exercise, which is why a lot of people don't do it. Sissies. The way you want to start off this exercise is you're going to use one dumbbell. One dumbbell. It's going to be on the same, you're going to hold it in the same hand as your working leg. So to set up for Bulgarian split squat, you're going to sit down on the bench and you're going to extend your working leg out. You're going to come up on that working leg, and then you're going to place your balance leg on the bench, not at the back side of the bench, furthest from you, the front side of the bench. And that balance leg is not going to have any weight on it. It's just a balance leg. That's all it is. And you're going to pick up your dumbbell. Your nose is going to be in line with your toes. and then you're going to bring the dumbbell down till it touches the floor. Now all the weight is going to be on your front leg. It is a tough exercise, so you may have to start off a little bit lighter, but all your weight is going to be on that front leg, and you're going to go down to where the dumbbell near about touches the floor or touches the floor, and you're going to come back up with it. No weight on the balance leg. You're going to have to really brace your core, because you're going to feel that the dumbbell is going to pull you down on one side. Bracing your core is going to help you stay straight like you should. And that's one way you're going to work core strength and stability, by having to engage your core to keep you stable, to keep you straight up. For this exercise, you can do 10 reps for 3 to 4 sets. If you're coming from box squats over the Bulgarian split squats, you might need to rest a good 10 minutes before attempting Bulgarian split squats, because I know you're going to be fried after those box squats. There should have been another name for this exercise, because nobody's having a good morning doing this. Good morning is great for building up posterior chain strength and stability. It's targeting your glutes and your hamstrings, both which help knee tracking during squat. And if you like the low bar squat, this is going to be one of your best friends. And I like to perform it with a safety bar, because I don't have to worry about holding on to the Olympic bar as I hinge back, worrying about it rolling across my neck or losing control over it. With the safety bar, I'm able to focus on doing my good mornings correctly. When you start off with this lift, make sure you brace your core before you hinge, because if you don't, starting this exercise, make sure you brace your core. Your feet's going to be about slightly within or right at shoulder width. And this exercise is really going to teach you how to hinge. If you don't know, you're going to push your hips back as far as you possibly can. Now, you may get a slight knee bend the further you get back in your hinge, and you feel like you can't drive your hips back anymore. Slight knee bend's fine, as long as you're not squatting it. But the good morning, should have named it good night. And after this, I mean, your glutes and hamstrings are done, like well done. Sled pushes and pulls, one of the best exercises for quad development, quad strength, quad power, quad endurance. It doesn't take too long to recover them after that training session, meaning you could do sled pushes on Monday, and usually Wednesday, Thursday, you're good to go again. The only downside, they're tough. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Sled pushes are tough, especially when you're about 10 feet away from your starting position, pulling it back, and your legs decide to detach themselves from your body and leave you there stranded because they're fed up with you. This exercise is simple. You push it down for 20 yards, you pull it back for 20 yards, and that's one set. No rest in between when you push it and you get to the end and pull it back. Push it, pull it, one set. Yeah, and as you've seen, I was about 5 feet short, and my legs were fried. Perform this exercise 3 sets, 20 yards push, 20 yards pull, one set. And that's going to do it for our 4 exercises for leg / squat day to enhance and boost your squat and the muscles associated with squat. Now, I know they're tough. I know they're tough because I do it every Tuesday, at least for the next couple weeks, and then I'll incorporate something else. But I feel your pain. But if you do them, then you'll guarantee gains. If you do them and you do them right. I mean, I squat over 600 pounds. They got to work right. Be sure to make sure you leave a like if you want to. Comment. Been trying to answer everybody's comments. And make sure you subscribe. if you haven't subscribed already. And until next time, this is Strong Breath Fitness.